Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. We have Major Hurricane Genevieve, the first major hurricane of the Eastern Pacific or the Atlantic, and is expected to become a Category 4, almost even a Category 5. As Category 5 is 158 miles an hour, we are at 150 with our forecast here. And as you can see, we have very well-defined circular area, and is just expected to look even better as the day goes on, maybe even into tomorrow as well. And this thing isn't expected to hit any land. Zooming out here, you can see the full cone. It is expected to move generally northwest, and then maybe even turn a little more to the west-northwest, but it will be weakening and staying away from all sorts of land. Now over here, we have weakening Hurricane Fausto, which is now expected to pass just to the north of Hawaii. We could see some light effects, maybe some low-end showers, and some rough surf is definitely going to be the main problem for Hawaii. The direct landfall chance is very low at this point. If we look closer at our satellite imagery, we can also see that it no longer has an eye, showing definitely a weakening trend. So when it will be over there, it'll probably be a post-tropical system. Now here is the NHC look on the Central Pacific, and here is what it looks like over the full Pacific here. We can see that it is just right here about 140 west, about 142 degrees west, and right at 20 degrees north, expected to go generally west-northwest. Genevieve, same exact thing, and we have another area out here, which is expected to head directly west and then northwest, and will enter the Western Pacific. This one might actually get two names. This is a rare scenario. It is expected to become Lala here in the Central Pacific, and as it heads west into the Western Pacific, it's expected to gain the name Dolphin. So, yeah, it's kind of a funny name, but it originates from China, Hong Kong area, apparently. That's where they're pulling the name from. And if we click on this area, you can see the 7-day chance of this one is 90%. And if we scroll down here, it is also 90% chance over the next 2 days. So here's what Fausto and this potential Lala system right now could be taking the pathwise. Alright, so here's Fausto. We're going to see this one continue to weaken. Don't analyze the pressure. This AI model can't get pressure right. But you can just see it does lose a lot of consolidation, keeping most of the moisture on the eastern side. And you can already see a lot of consolidation of this one, and that is eventually going to move out of the Central Pacific, and we will show you where that goes in a little bit. And Fausto is expected to pass just to the north. Like I said, a little bit of light precipitation, but the main thing is going to be the rough surf. And here you could see potential wave height impacts over here to Hawaii. We might get some upper waves over here, but the rip current is going to be the main problem. So the northern islands will have to deal with light precipitation and some waves. And here are the AI models on Genevieve and Fausto. This is the Google AI model on those two. Let me just clear this out real quick. We are expecting Fausto, again, just to pass just to the north. Wouldn't be surprised if it passes slightly further north than what this is saying. But, again, it is expected to be much weaker than what it is right now. And, as you can see here, Genevieve is well behind the forecasted strength right now. So, I would not pay attention to the Google intensity on this one right now, because it is not on track. It's much more intense than what the Google is saying. That is the one issue with this model. Now, here's a satellite time-lapse of Fausto kind of collapsing on its way to Hawaii, and the system to the southwest, soon to be Lala, forming up very quickly. This is definitely a weird spot for a storm to form, and a very interesting situation here. Now, over here in the Western Pacific, I do want to make a mention that Typhoon Noel has made landfall just now, just recently, just to the east of Hong Kong area. They have had some heavy impacts, and it is expected to dissipate quite quickly as it will head north over like Saguan, over toward Yiyang, generally. But again, our main area to watch now in the Western Pacific will be Lala, soon to be Dolphin, and this one will generally move west and strengthen, move northwest, and Japan could be in trouble with this one. Here's what that could actually look like over the next little bit. As you can see, we got a tropical storm over here. This is well out in the middle of the open waters, and it gets much stronger, and now it is allowed to move to the north. See, our high pressure is allowing this one to move more north, and we might be able to have a front, maybe take this one out to sea. That is still a maybe. This model in particular does bring it rather close to Japan. Here's our most recent long-range European model, and this one does bring it a lot closer and makes landfall near Tokyo. And here's the AIGFS at around the same exact time, again showing a landfall. But just as well, we have the GFS, which is probably wrong, showing it way out to sea here. Alright, on this potential Pacific tropical storm / hurricane / major typhoon, we are expecting this one to generally move northwest, but there's still a lot of spread. We could see this one go maybe as far west as the southern Japanese islands, or as far east as curving out to sea. But I think somewhere like just east or just west of like the Tokyo area right now seems like the most likely spot. And intensity-wise, we are seeing up to low-end Cat 5 on this. Our lowest pressure on this system is right about at 900 millibars, but most of them take it maybe like 910-ish at the lowest of the intensities. Now, I do real quick want to look a little bit further into the long range in all the basins real quick. Right now, it seems like we could get very active after this long track storm. Like, behind here, somewhere in between the Philippines and right here north of Colonia. We'll be watching that for sure. Over here in the Eastern Pacific, right now there's not really much to watch after Genevieve. Same over here in the Atlantic. That's all I have for you today. I will hope to see you a little bit this week. I'm busy a lot of the week, so we'll see how many days I come. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see.